The first rays of sunlight pierced through the mist. A lone rider stood atop his motorcycle, perched on the edge of the world. The air was crisp and cold, a stark contrast to the engine's warmth beneath him. This was his domain, the open road, his sanctuary. The mountain pass snaked ahead, a ribbon of asphalt amidst a sea of green. He kicked off, the engine roaring its defiance against the silence. Each twist and turn revealed breathtaking vistas. Jagged peaks touched the clouds. Waterfalls cascaded down rocky slopes. Nature's raw beauty was on full display. He leaned into the curves, feeling the adrenaline course through his veins. The world shrunk to the size of the road ahead. Every sense was heightened. The scent of pine needles, the feel of the wind, the roar of the engine. This was freedom. This was living. The mountains gave way to dense forests. Sunlight struggled to penetrate the thick canopy. The air grew heavy with the smell of damp earth and pine needles. The roar of the engine was swallowed by the stillness of the woods. He slowed his pace, allowing himself to soak in the tranquility. The forest was alive with unseen creatures. Birdsong filled the air. Leaves rustled in the gentle breeze. Here, time seemed to stand still. He emerged from the forest, blinking in the sudden brightness. A vast expanse of blue sky stretched out before him. The road ahead shimmered in the heat haze. The landscape had changed, but the journey continued. He was a traveler, a seeker of new horizons. The air was thick and hot, a furnace wind blowing across the desert. The sun beat down relentlessly, baking the earth. This was a place of extremes, of stark beauty and unforgiving conditions. Yet he felt strangely drawn to its desolate charm. The road stretched before him, an endless ribbon of asphalt slicing through the heart of the desert. The landscape was a canvas of browns and ochres, dotted with the occasional hardy shrub. The silence was absolute, broken only by the hum of his engine. He rode for hours, the vastness of the desert both exhilarating and humbling. He felt small against the backdrop of the endless sky. But he also felt strangely connected to this harsh land, as if it were a part of him. He was a nomad at home in the space between destinations. As the sun began to set, he approached the city. The sky transformed into a riot of colors, casting long shadows across the urban jungle. The air buzzed with the sound of life, traffic, sirens, music, a symphony of urban chaos. He navigated the crowded streets, his senses overwhelmed by the sights, sounds, and smells of the city. It was a far cry from the peace of the desert or the tranquility of the forest, yet there was a certain beauty to its chaotic energy. He parked his bike, the engine ticking cool beneath him. He had reached his destination for now, but he knew that the road would call to him again. The journey, he realized, never truly ends. It simply takes on new forms. He was and would always be a rider. He was a wanderer, eternally searching for the next horizon.